Good morning, and welcome to the virtual worship service of the Unitarian Universalist Meeting House of Provincetown. My name is Reverend Kate Wilkinson, and I am so glad that you have joined us. Here we are in the heart of summer, and it is like no other summer that we've ever experienced. Normally, we here on Cape Cod are hosting different guests every weekend, doing lots of laundry and changing lots of sheets. We're having bonfires and concerts on the beach. We're hosting different theme weeks every week here in Provincetown and immersing ourselves in the crowds after a winter of quiet. Well, that's all a bit different this year. Crowds are definitely not something that we want to immerse ourselves in, right? And public gatherings have been canceled. All of our friends and families aren't visiting us this summer. When we go out there into the world, there is a cautiousness to the experience, including wearing a mask and keeping our distance from people. It's truly surreal. It would be easy to say that summer has been ruined and that everything is miserable this year, but that would just not be true. Because despite all that is going on, despite all the hard things, the joys of summer just keep popping through. The joys of summer cannot be canceled, and it will help us considerably to welcome them, to enjoy them, to do a little work to create them even. Our spirits need it. And when we turn our thoughts to the joys rather than just the hardship, life becomes a little sweeter. So today's service is all about summer joy, and I hope you enjoy it. As I light our chalice here in the Meeting House Sanctuary, I invite you to light a candle wherever you are, and in that way we can still feel connected, even while we are apart.
Hi, this is David lighting a candle in my kitchen in Danvers, Massachusetts.
Hello, I'm Grace and I'm lighting a candle.
Hello, I'm Brianna and I'm lighting a candle.
Hi, I'm Daniel and I'm lighting a candle.
Joyful, joyful, we adore thee, God of glory, God of love. Hearts unfold like clouds before thee, heavy as the sun above. Melt the clouds of sin and sadness, drive the pain of doubt away. Giver of immortal gladness, fill us with the joy of day. All thy works with joy surround the earth and heaven reflect thy rays. Stars and planets sing around thee, center of unbroken praise. Field and forest, vale and mountain, blossoming meadow, flashing sea, chanting bird and flowing fountain, call us to rejoice with thee. Connected. I breathe in the scent of damp ocean air. It travels through my nose to my throat, my heart, down my arms, into my torso, through my legs, to my feet planted in the moist sand. The skin on my bare arms and legs is cooled. My hair is matted. My lips offer the faint taste of salt. I become one with this ocean that stretches forever across the miles to a different shore where another body breathes in the same air. We are born of water, this stranger and I. We are made of water, and we are connected as one by this blue-green expanse.
This pretty planet spinning through space, your garden, your harbor, your holy place. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giants spin us around. All through the night, safe till the morning light.
This pretty planet spinning through space, your garden, your harbor, your holy place.
This pretty planet spinning through space, your garden, your harbor, your holy place.
This pretty planet spinning through space, your garden, your harbor, your holy place. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giants spin us around. All through the night, safe till the morning light. This pretty planet spinning through space, your garden, your harbor, your holy place. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giants spin us around. All through the night, safe till the morning light.
Invitation by Mary Oliver. Oh, do you have time to linger for just a little bit out of your busy and very important day for the goldfinches that have gathered in a field of thistles for a musical battle to see who can sing the highest note or the lowest or the most expressive of mirth or the most tender? Their strong, blunt beaks drink the air as they strive melodiously, not for your sake and not for mine, and not for the sake of winning, but for the sheer delight and gratitude. Believe us, they say, it is a serious thing just to be live on this fresh morning in the broken world. I beg of you, do not walk by without pausing to attend to this rather ridiculous performance. It could mean something. It could mean everything. It could be what Rilke meant when he wrote, "You must change your life." Mary Oliver.
Oh, do you have time to linger just for a little while out of your busy and very important day for the goldfinches, for the sunset, for the bunny rabbit who suddenly appears in the yard, for the miracle of the vegetables grown from seed, now ripe and plump and ready to be picked from the garden, for the swirling design of the seashells, and the sound of the waves, and the way the sand feels in between your toes, and the way you can imagine someone a world away looking at the ocean from the other side. Do you have time to linger just for a little while for the taste of a perfectly ripened peach, the juices running down your chin? For the feel of your arm muscles straining as they maneuver the paddle of your kayak? Or the sweet devotion of a dog who is always happy to see you and who always revels in the joys of this moment? Do you have time to linger? Perhaps if we learned to do so, we could change our lives. Writer and activist Adrienne Marie Brown once wrote, "When I feel hopeless, it usually means my attention is on things I can't touch. When I bring my attention to the people and places I can touch, can shape and be shaped by, my life fills with meaning, connection, joy, and transformation." I invite you to spend today bringing attention to what is right before you, to immerse yourself in the moment, the sensations, the sights, sounds, smells, and tastes of summer. Try your best not to be drawn into the past, into the memories of what cannot now be changed, the if-onlys our minds get so hooked on. Try not to be drawn into the future, into what we do not yet know, into the what-ifs that can take up so much of our brain space and energy. Allow yourself to be fully present in this moment and see what connection, what ease, what awe you might find there. Pioneering psychologist Carl Rogers once said, "When I look at a sunset, I don't say, 'Soften the orange a little on the right and put a little more purple into the cloud color.' I don't try to control a sunset," he says. "I watch it with awe." This is the invitation of summer, to watch in awe, to let go our tight fist of control and soften into the blessings of this season. The long days, the warm nights, the fireflies blinking their love messages, even the uncomfortable heat of a sunburn. Carl's point was that we might try having the same approach with people as with sunsets. One of the most satisfying experiences, he says, is just to fully appreciate an individual in the same way that I appreciate a sunset. But I'm not even asking you to face that challenge today. Forget the people around you and what you would change or how you might appreciate them better. I'm just asking you to be in awe of the sunset, to linger with it. Do you have a moment to linger? I don't really think you need me to convince you that watching the sunset will lift your spirit, but in case you do, there are hundreds of scientific studies that show that being in nature and witnessing beauty has positive impacts on our brains, our bodies, feelings, thoughts, processes, and social interactions. Getting outside, even for a short period of time, boosts our emotions and calms our nervous systems. These, in turn, help us to cultivate openness, creativity, connection, generosity, and resilience. It's not a stretch to say that learning to pause for the goldfinches could change your life. It could mean something. It could mean everything. This summer, the little girl who lives next door to me has been learning to ride a bicycle. Her parents have been diligently and patiently coaching her every evening after work. We can hear the progress from inside the house. Sometimes there is cheering, sometimes crying. There have been many tears this summer, but also so much joy. The other day, as I went to get into my car, she went teetering by on 2 wheels. She was under her own steam, but still very wobbly. "I'm still learning," she called out to me. "You and me both, kid," I wanted to say. You and me both. Now, when I look out my window as I fix dinner, I see her riding confidently and proudly around our neighborhood. There is no wobble. There is only joy. Children are so good at incorporating joy into their everyday lives. It comes easily, naturally. It's only as adults that we forget how. We are so preoccupied with the hard things that we know about the world, with the tasks that need to get done, with regrets about the past, with anxieties about the future. We're still learning to make room for joy, to pause, to linger, just to be alive on this fresh morning in this broken world. It is a gift.
I would have caught him the first time.
These fish are not scared. I just touched them.
Mm-hmm. They like to fish at Boot Pond.
So cool.
Yours isn't moving, John.
Put some more water.
I invite you to look for those gifts today and in the coming days. And when you see one, linger a little while. I beg of you, do not walk by without pausing. Let the sights, scents, and tastes of summer bring you joy. You deserve it, and the world needs it. It could mean something. It could mean everything. Amen, and blessed be.
Find me between the waves. It's where I wanna spend the whole day. Where everything can be okay. Would have wanted any other way. Monday comes a knocking at your door. Rooster crows are hard to ignore. Yeah, right here's that time you earn. Yeah, you earn that sunburn. Sunday fun day. Sunday fun day. And if you like to have some fun underneath that hot sun, it any other way. Yeah, the weekend's here, it's time to return. Forget everything you learned. Wait all week for this one day. And aren't you glad it's Sunday? Sunday fun day. No, it's hard to find the words to say. I just want to spend the whole day. The people I love and are close to me. With all my friends and my family. And Monday comes a knocking at your door. Rooster crows are hard to ignore. Yeah, right here's that time you earn. Yeah, you earned that sunburn. Sunday fun day.